This is what we needed. Yes, it's working. It's working. This is what came out of her in the first place. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Umbrella Academy. We're now into episode 6, which is called Marigold. So I think the biggest takeaway from last episode is that we have Pogo back. I've been wondering anyways, where Pogo has been this entire season. He's been a huge part of the first 2 seasons, so not seeing him at all this season was a bit strange, but we know that things are different here. But we found him, and he's part of a biker gang, apparently. Not sure exactly how he got there. I have my theories, but at least he's back, and I think he's going to be able to provide some context that is missing from how the Sparrow Academy became what they are as far as their relationship with their father, and also, like, just what's going on here. Like, how did things get to the way that they are right now from when they last saw... Yeah, the last time they would have seen Pogo in this timeline would have been way back in the 60s, and he wasn't even able to talk at this point. So I'm hoping that he can talk and all that kind of stuff now, because he was still not the Pogo that we saw in season 1. Also, we found out Klaus discovered that he's kind of immortal, maybe, that he can die and come back from the dead, and that he's been doing it since he was a kid. But for some reason, he hasn't remembered it, or at least he didn't want to believe it was happening. I'm not sure, but it's a pretty cool ability, and I do think it's going to come in handy. Not sure exactly how yet, but I feel like, and I almost feel like it's going to be something you might be able to transfer in other ways. I just feel like there's more to his abilities that are still building, but now we know he can talk to the dead, see the dead, let the dead possess him and use their abilities if they have them. And also now we know that he can heal and come back from the dead. I feel like there's probably an upper limit on that. Like, I think if he's like decapitated or something, he probably would die, but it's good to know that he can sustain some damage. And then we also saw that there's a weird secret room in the Buffalo room where Klaus was shot. Diego didn't notice it because it's Diego, but not sure what it's about, why it's there. But we saw that Klaus, when he was in the underworld, had a vision of that buffalo slash, yeah, I think it was the buffalo. He's been seeing the symbol in several different places, but he's still not sure where to associate it all. I'm sure he will put it together in his own very whimsical way soon enough. But for now, I'm still piecing it together. So I'm ready to jump into this episode. Before I do, though, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you for coming. We do reactions here to shows like these. So if you are interested in joining the fam, please hit that subscribe button and get the notification bell so you know when I do more uploads to this, as well as other shows. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate it so much if you showed some love to that like button. It just helps a girl be seen in her videos. And the same goes for those of you who've been here before. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't joined the family already, please do. We're almost to 10K, guys, and I'd love it if you were there with me. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into the reaction right about now. Sup, Pogs? Not him in a jumpsuit. I've never seen him look so pedestrian. Are you trying to get the bell? Is that the point?
Shobu Hajime.
Excuse me? It's interesting to see how fighting styles actually say a lot about the person's personality as well. Ben is a go-getter. And he's also very aggressive. He doesn't like think before he does something. This is disgusting. Her spitting is so gross. Yeah, I was about to say, ma'am, I think you underestimate the fact that Ben's got like 5 of those in there.
Hey, it's your life.
Ben, that's enough. Let her go.
Damn, this Ben is a real asshat.
Jamie will let us know when she's had enough.
Now that's the dad we know. Jamie got a fighting spirit. And I have to be for it this time because Ben is an ass and too arrogant, you see? Too assured of the win. Too assured of the win.
We never know what we're truly capable of until we're forced to confront our own extinction.
That sounded a lot deeper than this exercise.
Make sure they never have to.
Oh.
Then you overestimate yourself.
Oh, not philosophical differences. I mean, we never actually got to see Pogo and Dad like interact really in the first season, so maybe this would have happened anyway.
I won't let you hurt them.
Won't let me?
Pogo.
You forget yourself, Pogo.
Oh.
They're my children.
Are
They
they?
will do whatever it is I ask of them.
I can be gone by morning.
As a
Why
monkey?
wait? You can be gone in an hour.
Boop. Damn. That's cold-blooded. Okay, so he left of his own volition. I see. I mean, honestly, where does a talking monkey get a job? But more importantly, though, what is this other side? And Pogo's probably the one thing that would have stopped those kids from doing what they did as far as starting to drug him. Because obviously the Umbrella has had Pogo their whole lives. He was always around. The effect that that had on them. I'm glad Pogo got to leave of his own accord, though. I thought maybe he was thrown out by the kids.
If what you're saying is true, I'd be talking to a man well into his 60s. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've had a very long day.
I'll just find you.
Time to go home to mommy. Well, guy.
He's like, I am 60 years old!
Give me the bike or else.
Really? You thought he was gonna... Sometimes Five forgets that he's still in a boy's body. Like, you should have done that from the get-go. But I appreciate you asking.
Everyone has their own vibration. Like a sonic fingerprint.
Oh, Allison's smoking now. Gee, she's gonna be doing hard drugs by next episode.
You're real pleasant to be around, you know that?
I think he does. He's kind of had a rough life, Allison. You think things have been bad for you in the last couple of weeks? In this timeline, Harlan's whole life has been pretty much hell. Actually, even in the last one, because his dad was a jerk. So we need to be a little bit more grateful.
You okay, Harlan?
Does he look okay? He hasn't been okay for 50 years.
I got your back, okay? But there's a limit. The others are right. We have to face this Kugel Blitz.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, you have till tonight. Otherwise, I swear to God, I'm gonna rumor your ass to come back with me, okay?
At least she's telling you.
Stanley?
The way you just never remember where this boy is.
Wake up!
You are the worst mom. Seriously.
I'm sure he's around here somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, so you give up. Okay, great.
Luther. You're stress eating like you do.
No.
All right.
So not a whole giant scoop of cashew butter. What is wrong with you?
The only thing we really have in common is childhood trauma.
Yep. But trauma bonds are some of the deepest. Scarily.
You know.
He doesn't even realize that what they have is also trauma bonding. Yeah. Where's your giant gorilla ass gonna hide now?
Your head squeaks. Kept me up all night.
Not Faye being impressed. Like, that's like 101 when you live in a house with multiple people. If you're gonna be doing all that, you need to use the floor. Oh, ow, this room is very hard on the ice.
That's some spooky shit.
One of you should stay out here to make sure it doesn't shut behind you.
You going?
After you.
Bye. Enjoy the view.
That's a great one. I'm gonna use that. How long is this hallway? Why are they hallucinating? What's happening? Do we just walk through time and space? What the hell?
Did we just go in a circle?
Nope. That's different.
Was that always there?
No.
No. I never forget an ass.
Ah! Look at it. He's got all the one-liners this episode.
These used to be corn nuts.
I told y'all. I told y'all.
How do we start?
I don't know. Maybe
Should be
start with
standing
what
right
you did.
there, Allison. Like, their powers are kind of explosive, girl. I know you're in a bit of a self-destructive spin, but...
Okay, how?
Let me show you.
Okay, let's learn things from Harlan. I mean, he's technically been working with his powers longer than she has when we think about it.
Beneath the wind, every living thing has an energy wave, a sound of its own.
Yeah, come on, aren't you like a violinist? A violist? Allison, calm down. Allison, sit down. This is not your party, sis. Sit down.
I heard a rumor. You let him go.
Listen harder, Victor, you have to listen.
Oh, he said goodbye to your little rumor. Why are you in here? I mean, I guess I get it. She cares about Victor, but come on.
Stop! It's too much!
How the hell did I just do that?
We can try till tonight. There's still time. You promise.
Yes. This isn't about you, Allison.
No, there's something else going on here. You wouldn't be risking your life like this. Look, whatever it is, you can tell me.
No, not in this mindset.
But I'm not gonna stand here and watch you try to kill yourself.
This is so messy. Allison is so hurt right now and she just feels like everyone's leaving her alone, but it's like, I don't think Victor can tell her right now about what Harlan did without it going very south. We gotta keep going. Victor gotta learn. They ain't got time. Y'all could give each other a little room on this couch. Leave room for Jesus. Come on.
I'd never let them lay a finger on you.
Give us a minute.
What happened? I'm not gonna let them. Oh my gosh.
I didn't mean to crib into your house. Don't blame Sloan.
What's
okay?
your game?
Big fan of Yahtzee.
Ah!
You know, old Ben would have laughed at that joke.
Please stop bringing up old Ben.
I'll take every second of whatever version of you we've got.
I'm not him, you moron.
He knows.
Yes, I know.
Very, very clearly.
Well, genetically, you are the same person, just raised in a different environment.
Oh, here we go. The old nature versus nurture argument.
Quite frankly, actually. But that also means that this side of Ben existed.
Mom,
Your eye's not doing so well.
are you all right?
Of course. Why do you ask?
Open it.
I forgot we don't know exactly what she saw when she stuck her eye in that thing. Oh, is Luther gonna jump sides? Ooh. The intrigue. Is he a traitor?
What the hell is that?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would. That's why I asked. Okay. Jeez, how much fuel is in this bike? Pogo got a missus. Okay, Pogo had a whole new other side we never got to know. I'm intrigued and also terrified.
Reggie was obsessed with these symbols. It's a sigil, a symbol thought to have magical powers.
Oh.
I don't know, but he referred to it as Project Oblivion.
That's not a good title.
This project, I need to know more.
How much? Okay, I guess Pogo would know.
I'm not your old man, young man. I may
He is.
look like him, act like him, but I did not raise you.
Yeah, different timeline. I get all that stuff.
Buffalo again. Is it? Oh, I forgot there was like secret council that knew that he's an alien. Maybe that's that room in the hotel is one of them.
You know about the White Buffalo suite?
That's where I died.
I came back.
Until I came to in a pool of my own vomit. Now that's what the little girl on the bicycle showed me, but she might be God. She might be the devil. I mean, I don't know. Who's to say?
That's the other side. You are marvelously deranged. That's the other side he was talking about.
Sit, come, tell me everything.
Is that the other side he was talking about? Sending the kids to the other side? And Klaus is the only one that can do it and come back? Because I'm like, why would he not tell this kid he keeps dying? Unless he doesn't really keep dying. Oh, I've got questions.
Can't you read? It says do not ring bell.
We need help finding Stan. Why would they put a bell here if they
How
don't
can
want us
she
to
read
ring
that?
He's gonna kill me.
What language is that?
I just came back. I said I'd come back.
Oh,
Are you
strong.
listening to me?
I'm hanging on every word.
I absolutely love his shade.
Help you to understand who you really are. Would you like that?
There's nothing I'd like more.
I don't trust it.
Other than a probiotic yogurt that doesn't make me fart.
Fascinating.
I mean, Klaus should have known that this is what his dad was doing the first time around and that he didn't get a chance to do it the last time around.
Are you sure?
Oh, I don't think Destiny cares whether I am or not.
It's just cruel, ain't she?
True.
Well then, let's get started.
I had a feeling he was going to get this done regardless. Maybe he's not the one who's supposed to get it. Maybe it's Klaus.
Bees have a positive charge, flowers have a negative one. The bees use the hairs on their body to detect the interaction between the fields.
Not
They can hear.
Harlan being our National Geographic specialist right now.
You need to stop listening
Let's start hearing.
with your ears.
Oh, that too. I kept wondering kind of what the point of this was, but now I'm realizing that Victor needs a teacher for his powers because he had them suppressed his whole life. And now it's going to take someone who's actually lived with the powers for now 50 plus years to teach him. So I get it now. It makes sense. It's actually a smart way to do it. because we know that their dad can't teach him. You okay, hun? I just realized that Harlan's power is an amplifier as well.
I can't get back to you or Claire.
You
You're
don't
both
know
gone
that.
forever, and it's like you were never real.
Maybe not him, but Claire, yes.
No matter when or where you are, we're both always gonna be with you, so you have got to do what it takes to survive this.
Exactly. Stop giving up, sweetie. You are not a quitter, Allison. You're allowed to be a little bit down, but you can't be out. You just went against every black instinct you have. I know it. Leave them. Leave them. Leave them. This is so not about you, Allison. Damn. On a molecular level, these guys are being affected right now. This is what we needed. Yes, it's working. It's working. This is what came out of her in the first place. See what happens when you just let it happen, Allison. What your ass was doing there? Yo, I know your black instincts told your ass to stay behind that wall. Okay, thank God she's okay. But seriously, listen to your black senses next time, girl. Victor's just fine. Check on Harlan. Because that power saved Harlan's life back in the day.
It's gone.
And he's okay. Oh, thank God.
Lila, did you kidnap a kid?
She went on holiday and he needed some fun. And I wanted to see what kind of dad you'd make. You know, stress test. Kicking tires.
Are you insane?
Yes! Of course! And you know this. That's why you like her.
Stanley's in on it.
Oh, Jesus.
You should have known that. Stan's kind of crafty. Then what's going on with Stanley's ear thing?
Thank you for before letting us finish what we needed to do.
He's my brother.
Didn't do it on purpose.
I don't like the hold you have on my brother.
It's because of what I did to all of you.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know.
I didn't mean to hurt them.
You're the reason Claire's dead.
My power spilled over. I got in my
And the
head.
reason the whole world is ending.
I couldn't stop myself.
Victor knew.
Allison. Just needed someone to blame. Hey, Allison. This is why Victor didn't tell you. Is this the other side? What's this other side that the father was talking about? That is a very different bell. Why could she read that sign? Is it about to be a disco? Are we gonna party? I'm sorry, who is that? Actually, I don't want to know. I don't think we like this innkeeper. I'll take the old man that hates us instead. No! Grab them, you can reattach them. Not the running and screaming. No, I want his fingers back.
Oh, that's a lot of blood. That's a lot of blood.
Oh. Oh. I didn't realize he could come through.
Stanley?
This kid's a calamity. I can't. He's a calamity. Diego's fingers demand recompense.
Shit.
I don't know how to feel about that, because in a way I'm glad it really wasn't their kid, but at the same time, Stan. Maybe when they destroy the Kugelblitz, the people will come back. Unless Allison does something stupid. You're a hateful, hateful girl. What did you expect, Allison? You're a part of what happened there. Damn, this timeline's terrible. Ben's a villain. Allison's a villain. Damn. Well, that is it for that episode, guys. Things are getting quite juicy. I think the things I took away is that there is a larger plan happening. Last season, we found out that the father was not human. He's some type of an alien. I'm assuming it's an alien. I don't know. But we didn't get a lot of details on it, and we realized that there was a council of people who clearly knew he was an alien and also looked like they potentially weren't all from Earth. We didn't get details, however, and he was basically, at that point, going rogue from the program. But him and Pogo, we found out now that the reason Pogo left was actually of his own accord. Pogo had a philosophical difference on the way that he was raising these kids, which is interesting because, like I said, in the original storyline, I don't think that father was any less hard on the kids, yet Pogo stuck around. And I'm not sure why that changed in this situation, but it is what it is. Maybe it's just because of the kids, I guess, because I'm trying to think. I don't think any of the kids were as hardcore as Ben as far as the killer instinct. And that may be why Pogo never felt the need to have extreme measures put in place. But it's very interesting to see that in this world, he decided to step away from the whole situation and just basically devolve into a gangster. I don't know what happened there, but through him, we found out there is a bigger plan that apparently the father was working on whatever Project Oblivion is. And I don't know if it's because he wanted it to happen or to stop it, but my guess would be to stop it. Because why would he come to a world and create a situation that would most likely wipe out his own existence? That doesn't make sense to me. But then again, we have no idea why he's here, how he got here. And I still have a theory, like a crack theory, that he somehow caused the births of all these miraculous children somehow. All those years ago when he first came, like that 1900s flashback we got, was it season 2? But anyway, at least we now know there's a grander plan and that these symbols that were in this tattoo that Five got have something to do with this Oblivion plan. But I'm thinking that whatever happened with the original Five or future Five or whatever version of Five was in that huge human casket thing, he didn't obviously figure things out before it was too late, right? He was saying, oh, the Kugelblitz happened, too bad. But of course, now that this Five is already 60 years ahead of this guy, I guess there's a chance that he might be able to somehow reverse it or figure out wherever I should say his doppelganger failed or what he missed. I think the other difference is I don't know if his doppelganger is like Five in that, remember that Five pretty much went at a lot of things alone, and if Five had managed to come back into the old timeline, he would have spent the rest of his life alone. Maybe the doppelganger version of himself didn't have the Umbrella Academy, didn't have other people with him, and maybe that's why he is where he is. But there's so many questions out there. I honestly don't know where, like, that's just too much, I guess, to think about or take in at this moment. But the point is, I think this Five has a chance to possibly fix where his doppel was not able to get through, or maybe, have more help than his doppel would have had in his timeline. But the thing that I worried about in the last episode is seemingly happening in the sense of, I thought, like, as soon as he saw the tattoo, I'm like, Five's gonna get the tattoo most likely, because there's that whole time-space thing where they say that if you see something that happens in the future, does that then influence you to do that thing because you saw it, or was it going to happen anyway, right? There's always the conundrum of that happening. I don't know if that's the case, if Five saw it and now he feels like he has to do it, or if it would have happened inevitably anyways. But I guess it's inevitability because he took the tattoo, which made him go find Pogo. And that's how he found Pogo. So anyways, I'm not going to get into it because honestly, I'm not that smart. But we see some things are getting set in motion, at least at this point, that might be leading to where Five was anyway. But like I said, I think something's going to have to happen. And I think namely the interference of his siblings is going to be something that is different than his doppelganger's path. We see that Victor was successful in taking the powers back from Harlan. I was saying in the episode that I was wondering why Harlan's character was like this and kind of trying to figure out the placement of this character in this timeline with these guys. But now I get it. It's because Victor needed a teacher. We have to remember that Victor as Vanya was raised her whole life not knowing that she even had powers up until the very end of season 1. And then in season 2, basically was suppressing her powers the entire time because she was scared she was going to hurt someone. But now Victor is more actuated, very sure of who he is, and he's embracing his powers, but he still doesn't know how to use them. And that's where Harlan comes in, having 30 plus years of learning how to control, contain, and somewhat utilize those powers. Still not fully in control of them, but that's because they weren't really meant for him. So I'm glad that he was able to teach Victor that. I mean, it took a lot out of Victor, but I think, again, Victor's kind of been incomplete with his powers as well since he saved Harlan last season. So that kind of, I think now that the power is complete, we're going to see a different side to Victor possibly. And I'm hoping that right now he's just recovering. But unfortunately, as we see there, like Victor kept the whole thing about the moms quiet. And I know why he did it. He said he wanted to focus on what was important, which was trying to get these powers back from Harlan and focus on the Kugelblitz. And he knew that if he told the rest of the siblings about what happened with Harlan, that it was going to become a whole emotional thing. And Allison being so emotionally fragile right now, he absolutely knew that would be something that would make him snap or make her snap. And that's exactly what ended up happening. Poor Harlan, just trying to fix things. You know, this poor guy has been through so much, and he was just trying to extend an olive branch. And Allison is just so angry right now and so bitter about so much that she just couldn't hear that. And I understand it's a lot. I mean, she has the right to have a very emotional response to all of this, but she's channeling all this anger and helplessness that she feels about her situation onto Harlan, because it's easier than admitting the fact that there's just stuff out there you can't control and something that she can't change. And also, I think she was very jealous of the fact that there's a bond between Harlan and Victor. And right now, Allison's feeling very alone. She's lost her husband. She's lost her child. She went and alienated number one, what's his name? It's just slipped right out of my head, but she alienated her relationship with him, who is like her number one rallier for so long. Like, she's just really feeling alone. And unfortunately, she's channeling all that anger and fear in the wrong ways. And now she's done something that's so out of character for her typically. But I said this a couple episodes ago, Allison does have a darkness in her that's been there for a long time. And she suppressed it for a very long time because she was always kind of the peacekeeper, or she was trying to ignore what she was dealing with. But now it's all coming out. And this was what happens with anything we repress. It'll come out at some point, and it's often ugly when that happens. And that's what we're kind of seeing with Allison right now. And, you know, I'm annoyed with her. I still love her character, but this is what happens with character and character development. Characters have facets, they have sides. And right now we're seeing a not so nice side of Allison, but it's understandable with all the trauma she's been through. And unfortunately, this is her negative phase. And I think she will come out of it before the end of the season. I'm hoping so, but you know, she has the right to be a little less sunny than she's been the last couple of seasons. Outside of that, we saw that the truth about Stanley came out, thank goodness. I think that it was good for Diego to know that this kid was not his, but at the same time, I think that he actually was bonding with Stanley, so he does feel some type of way about it. The ending was a little bit sad there, but I have to feel like they're going to bring some people back. I mean, maybe not, but I feel like when this Kugelblitz is fixed, there'll be some sort of a reversal. At least I hope so, but that might be too much to ask for. Either way, if it turns out that he's gone, Stanley was a cute character and a lot of fun, and the actor killed it if he is indeed out of the season. And then, of course, we see that the Sparrow Academy is up to something, namely Ben. I'm just trying to figure out what they're still trying to do with this character. He's really becoming sort of irredeemable as this version of Ben, but this conversation that they had today between Ben and Luther, there, his name came back, I think it was telling. The fact that they kept mentioning the fact that there's got to be some of the old Ben in there somewhere. I don't think it's for no reason at all. So we'll see what happens with that. But I kind of think it's interesting. It would be very interesting if we have Ben that goes kind of on a flip side of becoming less of a jerk, and we see Allison devolving into more of a jerk. That might be an interesting cross-section of character development, but we'll have to see if any of that happens. I think that's pretty much all the main things that have happened. Oh, and of course, Klaus figuring out that he needs to understand more about these powers and what his father was trying to do with him all those years ago in his timeline. I think this other side that was mentioned in the very first part of this episode is something that Klaus is accessing. That's my theory right now, that Klaus, whenever he dies, he's actually going to someplace, maybe it's another dimension, not really the afterlife, but actually another dimension, and that his father was trying to figure out a way for Klaus to access it without maybe having to die or be able to bring other people with him. I'm not sure, but that's my theory. But I think we're going to find out more about that now that the father is back to being himself and he's able to actually do his studies again the way that he normally would have. So another great episode. Things are getting very interesting. I really want to know what they need to do to stop this Kugelblitz, because I think in of itself, it is the forefronting issue, even though there's a lot of side stuff going on. But I'm very interested in learning more about these characters and this power development. And I still need to understand what's going on with that power booster thing that Harlan was able to do. We saw when Allison stepped inside that big, loud sound bubble he was making, her rumoring got like 10 times more powerful. So maybe Victor is going to be the amplifier for all their powers, and I feel like that's going to come in clutch in some way. I'm just not sure what that is. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next episode.